everybody needs to vote. Not everyone can vote. Of course, you can always learn. You can always learn the right way, but everybody just want to boom cat do a flip.
Darling, I love you, but can't you see it's over for me?
Hey everybody, welcome back to The Scene. So we are here with one of my, I don't even know how to like give him like an intro, but I want to say like he's definitely been a consistent light since he's joined The Scene. And right now he is definitely in one of his like great chapters in his life, and he's so young, and he just came off of the Michael Jackson tour, which I can't wait to talk about with him being there. He has definitely had some really good success in both mainstream and the Kiki scene, but we're gonna get into that. We're gonna relax and all that stuff. Like, I just want to hear and introduce what I would consider like a really good friend too, but his name is Osiris Telfar-A-O.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Welcome.
Hi,
Yeah.
thank you.
How are you feeling right now?
I'm feeling great.
Yes.
You know, I'm feeling blessed. Thank you so much for the intro. I really, really appreciate that. Yeah, I mean, I'm just feeling really grateful and blessed, in this chapter that I'm in. I'm living my life and doing what I want, living out my dreams, and also getting my degree at the same time. So, but I'm really great. How are you? I'm 21.
Oh, okay. Damn, yeah. I'm 33. No, I'm good. I'm fine. I'm just glad to be here. I'm glad to doing this. I'm glad to be in flow now.
Yes.
To step into this with a clear mind, clear heart. It, again, I had to take a year off and kind of really repurpose this.
Mm-hmm.
And so, and I just want to thank you too for being so supportive of me in that. And just also being no, I did fuck that intro, bitch. You was one of them when just being and when I say I really mean that, because especially at the time where we just started to become in communication, and you was one of the first few people from the newer generation of the Kiki scene that didn't have no that was just kind of just speaking of me of highly, or just of or just being grateful for just our connection, period. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
At that time it really meant a lot for me. So it was those little tad bits. It really was just oh wow, just any type of questions or whatever that I was just so I felt it. You from the Bronx.
Yes.
I'm from the Bronx.
Yes.
Bitch, we both from uptown.
Okay.
No shade. And we bring it a little bit differently. So I was able to relate to that. It wasn't a lot of you running around when I came out. So, and I just know how treacherous the space can be and what they do to people who carry the same light and the authenticity that you have. So let's really get into the blessing that you're coming off of, straight off out of the fucking tour, which I feel bad to say to get you right off the, no shade, because I'm gonna get the girls right off their little thing. So, well, not little, but this is major for you. So right now you on the Michael Jackson tour.
Yes.
How did you get that? How did that opportunity come about?
Okay, so I have an agent, and I got my agent I think beginning of junior year, which was last year. And they were just sending me auditions here and there. But even way before that, I had a mentor or a teacher. Her name is Camille Upshaw, and she was the original swing dance captain on Michael Jackson on Broadway.
Oh, wow.
And she gave me and my friend 2 tickets to go see the show. And this was maybe 2021. I think they were still in previews or something like that. And when I saw the show, I was like, this is not a show, this is a concert. I was up out of my seat.
Really?
I was shouting, screaming, everything. I was so inspired because I haven't seen a Broadway show like that ever. And so from then I was like, I have to be in this show somehow. I don't know how, I don't know when, but I have to be in this show. And so maybe beginning end of sophomore year, Cupid Juicy Couture West, who he's on the tour as well.
He's on the tour too?
He's on the tour.
Oh shit.
Yeah, he's on the tour as well. And so he's a Universal swing. So they have flew him out from tour to come to Broadway so he could do a show. And so he asked if I wanted to come see the show. And I was like, yeah, sure, of course. And seeing the show again, I was so inspired. And I was like, yeah, I have to be a part of this show somehow. And so maybe a month after I saw the show, my agent sent me an audition. for MJ the first time, and I was like, okay, yes, I have to do this. And I remember it was 6 guys in the room, and we had learned the combo and everything, and then we had to sing. So the casting director was like, we really love you, we really enjoy you.
You can sing?
Yeah, I could sing.
You can sing too?
Yeah.
Okay. Just a vulgar.
And you know what's so funny? Because when I was singing, the casting director was like, you know, this is a dance audition, right? And I was like, yeah. She was like, but you sound like so great and everything. And I was like, yeah, you know, I used to sing in the church and everything. And
Oh, you come from church, a church background.
yeah,
Oh.
yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. But pretty much she was. Okay. But, you know, pretty much she was just like, you know, so unfortunately, the role that we're looking for right now, you know, you don't really fit it, but we want to see you again because we see you somewhere in the show in the future. And I said, okay, cool, great. So maybe like a couple weeks after that audition, they sent me another audition. And so this time it was just 3 guys and a whole bunch of girls. And so I did that audition. It was the same combo. I had to sing a song from the show, and then I was just waiting. And so this was actually May 2025. It was like a week out of school. I was doing another job. And then my agent sent me an email and was like, hey, so MJ reached out to us. They wanted to know if you might be available to come onto the tour. There's a possible opening position for a swing role. And I was like, absolutely, like this needs to happen. And so it was just a lot of back and forth, like talking back and forth. And so June 23rd, I'll never forget this day. June 23rd, I was sitting in my room and I fell asleep, and I woke up to a voicemail from my agent, and she was like, hey, Amarian, this is so-and-so. Whenever you get a chance, please call me back. So I'm like, okay, girl. Like, I was like, hello? Right. She was like, I just want to let you know that they want you for the tour. I'm gonna send you the contract and everything. I was just like, oh my gosh. I was like, when do I start? Yeah. She said June 30th. June 30th is my birthday.
See how aligned shit is? This is
literally
this is why no shade. You gotta step into your purpose.
It's no shade.
You gotta step into your purpose because it will fall in alignment in those intricate ways that it's just like it's not coincidental. It's orchestrated. But go ahead.
Yeah. And so I ran to my aunt. I said, Auntie, I got the job. And she started crying. She was so happy. I had to sign the contract in like 2 or 3 days. So I read through it and everything. And then, I started June 30th on my birthday. We had 2 long rehearsals in New York. And then they flew us out to Portland to meet with the tour. And then I debuted in San Jose, California. And I've been with them ever since. And I'm just having the time of my life. Yeah. I'm a swing, so I cover all the male ensemble tracks. So I cover Marlon Jackson, Randy Jackson, Bob Fosse, and Fred Astaire. Yeah.
As a dancer, what is it? Like, how do you internalize like swinging under these names?
I mean, I don't even know. It's kind of surreal. I can even go into like the first time that I performed on that stage, and I was Marlon Jackson that night, and I performed on that stage, and it just felt like I was floating on air. Like it was so crazy because I'm like I'm being like a literal icon in this industry. You know what I'm saying?
Damn.
And like, you know, even just to tell like Michael Jackson's story, even to be a part of like a little like piece of that, like that is something that I'll take with me for the rest of my life. And not a lot of people can say that. You know what I'm saying?
Of course.
So
I like having things that a lot of people can't necessarily say.
Yes. Yeah.
No, but it's such a beautiful thing because, you know, like a lot of people, you know, growing up don't have the resources necessarily to kind of like cultivate them to push them into their dreams like that. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And especially being in the Kiki scene, we're around a lot of people who wants the same dreams. Like we're dancers or want to be aspired to be dancers, but cut in for various reasons. But we found voguing, and that ended up being the pathway for us to like live through that. And through that, it has opened opportunities to become dancers through voguing, right? Which is really crazy. So let's get into you and the Kiki scene.
Okay.
And you joining the Kiki scene.
Okay.
How did you find out about the Kiki scene?
Okay, so I just told somebody this yesterday, which is so funny. Oh my god!
Questions.
Okay,
good rehearsal practice. Right?
Okay, no shade. Okay, so how did I get into the Kiki scene? Okay, let's start. So, let's see. This was, I think, like COVID maybe, and I was watching Pose. It might have been a little bit before COVID, but I was watching Pose and I was really like interested into this. I was like, because I was still, discovering myself, figuring myself out. And so, like to have a show like Pose on like national television and to tell like the story of like, LGBTQ and like ballroom and all that stuff, the girls, it was really, really like inspiring. So I was watching Pose for like a long time, and then Legendary came out. And I was watching Legendary and I'm like, who are these people? Like, why are they slamming their backs and like shablamming and shabwamming? Mind you, because at that time I didn't know, shablamming and shabwamming and all that stuff, and so literally my friend Adam. Soft and cunt, love Adam.
Yeah, we love Adam.
We love Adam.
We love soft and cunt bitches.
Oh, we love
period. Sorry.
We love Adam in this household. But
yes, we do.
But me and Adam, we danced at Alvin Ailey together.
Yes.
So he was in this scene, the Kiki scene around that time. And so he was teaching me how to Vogue and stuff. But like, I wasn't really taking it seriously at that time because I was like, oh, girl, I don't think I would ever do this. No shade. I was like, I don't think I'll ever do this. But then I saw Legendary and I was like, oh my gosh, I have to do this. Like, it was just the creativity to like 1,000.
The funny thing is though, like, people say to 1,000 and that is, it's true, right? Like, cause like, but to me, it's like normal ballroom scene. We just we haven't
seen it on that grand scale.
Yeah.
I know. Yes.
And oftentimes we don't really see that. But it wasn't really like that happening, especially around that time, COVID, even before that, productions really heavily like that wasn't like in style like it is now.
Right.
As especially in the Kiki scene now, but like it's in style as it is now. Like I'm glad that revamped it, but the houses like Mugler and some other houses that perform, but some houses were known for productions styling like that.
Yeah.
So seeing Aga's up there doing it, I understood it. Like, you know what I mean? Same thing with Mugler. Like it made perfect sense, which was really dope to have them kind of like, because ballroom, you don't know which way things is gonna go.
Right.
And you don't always get back what you put in. I mean, you don't always get back what you put out. But yeah, so okay, so you've seen Legendary.
Yes, I've seen Legendary. I was inspired and everything. And so I started teaching myself how to Vogue. Terrible. Didn't know what to do. I was a mess. But then this was like senior year of high school. And I saw that who was it? It was, oh yes, I was following Jose who's in Telfar, and he had posted that he was in a new house and all this stuff, and then I saw Telfar and I was like, what is this? Like, I have to be a Telfar. Like, it was just so artistic from jump. It was so artistic. And I was like, and I had a lot of friends in the house at the time and stuff.
Yeah.
And Cupid was a Telfar before he was a Juicy.
Yeah.
And so Cupid was trying to recruit me. But I was like, at the time, my aunt, she was very protective over me, and I wasn't allowed to like be out at a certain time. So I was like, no shade, I want to, but I can't. And so so I was like, I was watching, I think like the first ball I ever watched was Groovy Ball Part 2.
Oh, okay.
And I was watching like the gems and everything, and I was like, yeah, like this, like I was watching,
like because like with the gems too, like you know what I mean, like
there needs to be new gems.
There needs to be new gems. They
It's
also
no shade.
because it gave at least when I was on it, it gave something to strive for in the category outside of the trophy.
That's
Like
what I'm
you want to
saying.
be branded and listed outside of the masses. It's so oversaturated.
That's what
So having that was just a badge of fucking honor to be good and recognized in your own category outside of the win. And it's just like, at least you know that your craft is being like appreciated when you're on a list or something like that. So yes, when Q wanted them to bring the Vogue James list back, I was behind it. I was definitely for it.
Yeah.
No shade. That's why we love Adam here, because I was vouching for that girl to get on there at the time. Like it was just like, yes, like we need a full spectrum of representation of Vogue Femme up in that goddamn space, not what we just normally see.
Yes.
So yeah. So Guru Ball inspired you.
Yeah.
That was a good ball to be inspired.
It was a good ball to watch. And so from there, I was really like taking it serious. And then I started just looking up like old ballroom clips.
As you should.
As I should.
Because bitches don't want to research nothing. That's why your craft is eating it now.
You know, so I started watching like Alyssa and Mika and Deja.
We're the good shit, the good bitches.
You know what I'm saying? But then I would also sprinkle like a little bit of Prince in there and a little bit of Pretty and you know like those girls.
Vogue Femme staple.
You know what I'm saying? Because like those girls inspire me and Ronaldo, of course. Obviously.
Yes.
But yes, like that inspired like my Vogue. You know what I'm saying? And so I started teaching myself like in my school's dance studio or whatever, and I used to just like post my clips. And so one day the founder Jaja, he had texted me. He was like, hey, I think you should, he swiped on like one of my videos or whatever, and he was like, hey, I think you should come to a Telfar practice. And I was like, okay, you know, Cupid like told me about it, but I couldn't really at the time, and I don't know if I still can, but I'll try to at least make it. And he was like, okay. He sent me the address and all that stuff, and you know, we were in like communication a little bit. And so I remember one random day I went to like a LaBeija practice out of nowhere, and I like posted the clip. And so Jaja was like, oh, so you could go to like major practice, but you can't come to Telfar practice. And I was like, okay, girl, I'm gonna come. A lot
of girls are trying to take his girls out.
You know, so I said I'm gonna come. So I went to my first practice. This was like February 2022. I went to my first practice and everyone was so nice and so kind. And then I went to another practice maybe like 2 weeks after that, and I didn't know that it was an induction. And so they inducted me immediately. And so I was like, oh, I said, okay, well, I'm in the house. I don't know if I go walk anything yet, but I'm in the house. And so I got inducted in March. And so from there, I was just training until I debuted on July 1st, which was like the day after my 18th birthday. Wow. At the Keeping Up with the Playhouse Kids Part 2.
Yes. And so, and I remember that clip too. And I was watching it, and you've grown so far since then. You didn't look crazy bad though then, of course, nah. But you've grown so far and so much in your craft since then.
Thank you.
So, how's been like your experience in the Kiki scene since the beginning? How's it changed your opinion? The pose wow factor and the legend, oh my God, to the real deal. You here, you dealing with the girls, you're on the floor.
Okay.
How do you feel about that now?
Well, definitely like jumping into it. I was around the time where if you had, and kind of still, but not really, not as much. Like if you win your first ball, they're going to try to push you right out into Vogue Femme. And I didn't want that because I'm like, I'm not going to go up against like the Mackays and the Meows and the Poughkeepsies and all that stuff, because those were like the girls at the time. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, I'm not about to do that. So I literally took like 4 months to keep training and everything. And so
let me just pause on how like you took time to perfect the craft, to like the attentions and how you moving about the space is completely different, because you could have just went out there and did whatever you kind of do to get the win or whatever, whatever you can do now. But you took the time out to develop the craft on the back end. Was it because you wanted to be, was it the competitive edge to battle them, or okay? It
was two things. It was the competitive edge because yes, I did want to get to a point where I could be able to compete with them because they had more experience than me. And two, it was just because I really am fascinated with the art of Vogue, and I'm really fascinated with, you know, like the creativity that comes out of it. You know what I'm saying? And like to me, like voguing, it reminds me a lot of dancing, and the fact that like it's just a little bit different because like, you know, ballet is structured, all that stuff, but like Vogue, there's a structure to it, but you can also play with it. And I think for me, that's also fun. You know what I'm saying? So it was two things that,
Yeah.
you know, but I the main thing was I wanted to get to a certain level where I could be able to compete and like with and like sustain myself, you know, in these like battles, because I was new, I was fresh out,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? And so fuck, I forgot the question. Ooh, sorry.
Oh no. but my thing was, how did you feel? How do you feel about the scene, the Kiki scene, like now versus how you started?
Yes. So when I first started, it was a lot of fun. Like, you know, I feel like when I started, I think I was like the last like generation where there was people who had distinct Vogues, you know, or like distinct versions of their Vogue, and like you could tell who was who because everybody was learning like differently, you know what I'm saying? And that made the competition hot. That made it like, ooh, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so just like being around like, you know, like a lot of different people in like community and stuff, like it was really fun. Like we would go to the pier and we would vote down. Like the pier
It's a spiritual place.
It's a spiritual place.
Spiritual place.
It's no shade.
They like to demonize it and make it seem like it's slave, but it's not.
It's
carry
not.
the craft for
It's
generations.
Literally, I Vogues like
everybody votes differently on a pier,
baby.
When the wind is breezy and the sun is a bit set,
and that beat is pumping.
Yes, it baby something out.
Them transcestors.
It's like from the water. They're coming out right. It's a level of freedom. I feel like we want to feel every time that we're voguing that, I mean, I feel like I want to feel like on the floor. I think we all want to feel like on the floor. But you know, it's a lot when you actually on the floor versus when you really just having fun on a pier and just vogue it down with your friends.
Yeah. And I think for me, that's also what has changed for me. I think as I was winning and stuff, there was a period of time where I was like winning a lot and things of that nature. Like people would get in my ear and it would be like, hey, you need to do this, you need to do that, stop doing the ballerina stuff, this, that, and the third. And I'm like, I'm not really, because they always like to criticize dancers, which is so funny to me because it's like, yes, you can criticize us, but it's no shade. You can never do what we do.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay, yes.
A little bit.
No, I get what you're saying.
You know what
it
I'm
is
saying?
True. It is. But it's also something that I feel like dancers don't have, unless it's which is where I think the
teeter totter. No shade.
No shade. Because for me personally, right, I do feel like dancers do have that trained, like they can master their range of motion in their body, right, compared to somebody who may just be learning from scratch, doesn't have any dance background.
Yes,
but I think that the hyperstructure of those trained things takes them longer to tap into their feelings.
I was about to say that too. I was about to say that. So I let people get into my head a little bit. And so there was a period in time where I was like experimenting like my Vogue, and I was trying to like fake feel it. You know what I'm saying? I was trying to fake feel it. I was trying to emote and stuff. And I'm like, girl, this is really not for me. It's no shade. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But I think like now, there's like, I feel like for me now, how can I say this? For me now, voguing and ballroom has really, really like drained me a little bit, you know? And I think it's like all the different opinions, all the different like criticisms that sometimes I would get about my Vogue, and the fact that like it was, I guess, not what people expect and all this other stuff.
You're soft and cunt, right? Like you're soft and cunt.
Yes.
And you're soft and cunt. And I say that multiple times because I think that is something amongst a lot of soft and cunt voguers. People get into their head a lot. Like literally try to destroy them away from their path of being soft and kind. Like, you know what I mean? And because the girls don't really understand femininity. They don't understand why we here, why we doing this, you know, the point of the category, the inspirations behind the category, everybody that you research in the category. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like you watching, I mean, because same thing with me, right? Like, but like watching, you know, the roots and the history, and then seeing how they interpret music, how they interpret the beat, how they interpret like what they're listening to, how they be able to put that in their bodies and talk to us through that. And then you hear the critiques today, and it's just like, but it's not in alignment in the direction. Like, if I'm pretty sure if you would listen to everybody in your head, you would have been doing exactly the same thing that they're doing, and then they would have been reading you for looking like that.
Exactly.
And that's the part that I don't ever get. But that's why I've always tell people, like, you gotta be so mindful about where you're getting critiques from, where you're getting your teachings from. Is it gonna be aligned to what it is? And what the fuck you really want out of this?
Okay.
No shade.
It's no shade.
No shade.
And so, you know, like that's why sometimes I would come to you. I would come to,
which I appreciate.
Of course. You know, I come to you, I'll go to Miles. I think a couple of times I went to like Boots, and he would help me out. Yeah, I mean, because it's just like I value like your guys' opinion, because you guys have been in this for so many years. You guys have tenure. You guys know the art of Vogue. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not gonna listen to Sally Mae down the road.
There's a lot of Sally Mae's down the road.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's
bitch.
no shade.
Pointing at you on a panel, bitch.
You know you know what I'm saying? So, you know, and like as much as people want to give their opinion and all that stuff, like, no shit, I don't have to take it, because it's like,
it's uneducated opinion. I'm sorry, no shade.
It's uneducated opinion. You know what I'm saying? And no shade, and no shade. If you and Miles and Boots are telling me no shade, stay true to you, I'm gonna stay true to myself. Like, you know what I'm saying?
It's for the sake of the category.
It's for the sake of the category.
And like and just also for yourself too. Like, you want to look back at your clips and be proud about what it is that you're doing.
Yes.
A lot of girls aren't proud about their clips.
Yes.
They're winning down.
They're winning
down, but they're not happy with what they see, because it's not who they truly are. It's what's getting them to win.
Yeah.
And it means something when you're winning for your own craft, from your own, you know what I mean? From your own development, from your own softness and your own content. You know what I mean? Your own cuntiness. So it's like, that hits totally different. It's more soulful. You know what I mean? Like, girls don't have that.
Yeah.
But
and something that I will say is that and I tell like a lot of like the performance girls in Telfar, and I still tell this to myself a lot. Like, sometimes for me, it's never about the win. It's always about the moment, and the moment that you take away from once you step off that floor. Because I'm like, you could win, and you could feel like you didn't do your best. But if you go up there and you stay true to yourself and you don't win, be proud of the fact that there's growth, the fact that you stay true to yourself, and the fact that you had fun. I always say that to them, because it's like,
the girls are not having fun anymore. I don't think
they're
so.
not having. And no shade. That's why at a point in time I wasn't walking. Like even recently, like the last ball I walked, it was like Charlie's ball, whatever. And no shade, I wasn't having fun.
A lot of girls are not having fun.
I wasn't having
The only
fun.
ones that seem to have fun are the ones that got through the first 3 categories before the ball shut down and they won a trophy. And then you say, oh my God, a successful ball. But it's like, girl, I don't think you've been to a fun ball where everybody collectively is having fun. You get what I'm saying? Like, where you can see the energy through the screen, through the clips, through multiple categories.
Yeah.
Down on the girls is here to have fun. Yes, it's competitive, but it's fun. Yeah. Like, for me, yes, like, I'm gagging at the energy of what I'm experiencing now before COVID. Like, how, you know, now versus before COVID. And even me growing up in the scene too, like, you had what we see today, normally the traditional crap, but there was still those balls a lot more. I feel like that was more fun. Like, it was just, energetically wise, it was just more fun. But so I'm gonna bring this up.
Okay.
Part of not being fun anymore, right? The Telfar just had this whole big voting scam. Jaja girl had this whole big voting scam at HMI last year that shook the scene up. You know, you was in a successful house. You debuted in a successful house. Yeah, it was House of the Year twice, 1.5. I really when the rumors want to go. And people left, but you stayed. Why did you stay as a Telfar?
I stayed as a Telfar because, listen. Families fight. Families, like, People do dumb stuff all the time. Listen, but I stayed in Telfar because, no shade, I still believe in the vision. I still believe that this house has so much potential to be a really, really big thing. You know, like we're only how many years in? We're like five-ish. I don't even know how many years in
Has
we
it
are.
been 5?
No, I know it
I
hasn't.
think maybe 3.
Three, four.
This could be the 3rd.
Yeah, something like that. And so like people like the leaders and stuff like Jaja Miles, they're still figuring stuff out. They're still learning as leaders and as new leaders. So there's bound to be mistakes. There's always going to be mistakes and things like that.
I give Jaja small grace in it.
Yeah,
you know,
I get,
but I know he really wants to protect y'all, and
he does.
And I you know, and I didn't really agree with how he went about it.
No,
Yeah.
and I don't agree either.
Yeah,
I don't agree either. Like when I say we all read him down, like I don't agree either.
No shade.
But I think what also just makes me like real and true is the fact that even after all of that, even after me reading him and all this other stuff, like
and your crown,
you know what I'm saying? Like I still decided to stay because also no shade, like I don't know where else I would want to go, and that's just real. That's just real tea.
No, it is.
That's just real tea. You know what I'm saying?
And that's why I'm like, you stayed and it was a good choice because some girls, no shade, like they just fit the aesthetic, the energy of a house when it's defined like that. Like Telfar's energy and everything was really defined, and just definitely from being at the practice in there too.
Yeah.
And just speaking to Josh and knowing the vision from his, you know, like it everything made sense.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, you staying. You know, I got with certain girls left, but then I'm like, it happens. Like,
literally, there's a scandal every 2 weeks.
Every 2 weeks.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like it happens. It happens. It's ballroom. People move on. People move past it. And you know, and I think like the fact of the matter is, it's that like even after all of that, and even the ones who did stay, like you know. We worked through it, and now we're stronger than ever.
Yeah,
and I think that's the most important part because at the end of the day, like they're my family. You know what I'm saying? So I'm never gonna leave. No shade.
I mean, you're a staple Vogue femme in that house. I think it's so humble though that you did not think that you was bigger than a program in that way where it's like you can really give like I could go anywhere if you want to. I mean, really not many options, you know, but it's, you know, being able to kind of like see beyond what is happening now. I mean, because, you know, I think too, because your talent is so well that it could kind of also kind of like, you know, keep the light on the house a lot of the time. But some girls don't have enough talent. Well, let me not say that. But they, you know, their energy doesn't really speak loud enough for where like, if some controversies go down like that, some girls like really can get affected by that and could work it like against them and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Which I was fearful too, because when it was coming down, I'm like, well, bitch, you gonna go because it's hot right now and I don't know. And I'm like, girl, she's still gonna be there. Like, hopefully they still like live for her. And like they don't start shading you because you're a Telfar. Like it gets that. Like,
I mean, you know? I feel as though sometimes on the panel they did shade me because I was a Telfar. Only, and I don't even think it was towards me. I think it was towards Jaja. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And I'm like, okay, it happens. It's ballroom. Like I said, people get over it. You know, and at the end of the day, like even at that time, like it wasn't that serious for me. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Because I have other stuff that I'm worrying about. You know what I'm saying?
The tour and everything on them. Yeah,
you know. Right. But yeah.
So now you in mainstream. You broke through the noise rather quickly too. But you also even entering the mainstream scene, took the same approach you did in Kiki and developed even more now than ever. But now it's a different environment because now you entered Alpha Omega and now you're around the girls, the greats, Fernando, Mika, Caesar, and the list goes on, right?
Yes.
What the fuck is like to be there after you done watched the clips growing up? Now you're around them. And you learned it from them.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let's get into this.
Right.
So my journey to Alpha Omega. I think I just made a whole like Facebook post.
I know. I seen that right after. I was like, oh great.
Okay. But yes. So literally after I walked Keeping Up with the Playhouse, because my first ball I won, and I sent my clip to Ronaldo. And I was like, "Hey, Ronaldo, like my name is Omarion." Because I think he like knew of me because he's still in Ailey, but when I was at the Ailey school, like I think he knew of me or something like that. And I was like, "Hey, my name is Omarion. I'm really, really inspired by you, and I would like love to learn from you, like how to Vogue, and like really learn how to Vogue and all that stuff." So he reached out to me, and he was like, "Blessings, good evening. Thank you so much for reaching out." He said he really, really appreciates the fact that I reached out to him and he loved like my video and stuff. And so he wanted to take me under his wing. And I was like, okay, great. And so so he was teaching classes at Ailey. So every week I would go over there and
Were they Vogue classes?
yeah, he was teaching Vogue classes at Ailey. So
Wow.
so every week I would go over there and I would learn from him. I would learn hands. Like we would do hands in a circle, duck walk, catwalk, all that stuff. It was like me and Noah. Me and Noah were always there every week. Okay, I love you, sister. But yeah, so I was learning from him, and then I went to the New York City Awards Ball 2022. And I was watching, and he was there, and he came over to me. He was like, "Hey, I want to introduce you to someone." And I said, "Okay, cool." So he brought me over to Caesar. So me and Caesar were talking, chopping it up. And Caesar was like, "I really love your energy. Like, it's so pure and it's so great." And he was like, "It was really nice to meet you." And I was like, "It was nice to meet you too." And so I went to Jersey and debuted as a Vogue fan. I forgot what ball. I think like the Beyonce ball. And Ronaldo called me like the 2 days after and was like, "Listen, people are sending me this clip of you and they're saying like he needs to go to Alpha Omega, like he gives you." And so he was like, "We're gonna work it out, we're gonna figure it out." And I said, "Okay, bet." So then he calls
Which
me.
is crazy because Ronaldo was really dramatic too in his younger years. Softening it up.
He softened it up. A lot of people say like I give. Well, we could get to that, but a lot of people say like I give like the softer version of Ronaldo, which is like, yeah, I guess,
Yeah, I mean, because I was kind of shocked too when he softened it up, but then I'm like, but I just feel like, like you just can't be doing all that you did when you was 22. I mean, you probably still can, but
he probably still,
I mean, probably, yeah, well, I'm not saying he can't,
yeah,
but like, for just evolving into that, and then like when your life softens up, I feel like your performance softens up too.
Yeah.
So it goes hand in hand.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
yeah, but but yeah, a lot of people were starting to call me like Ronaldo a little bit, and I was like, okay, I kind of live for that at the time. I was like, okay, yeah. So he had called me one day and was like, "Hey, like, are you busy?" I'm like, "I'm not busy right now." And so I was in my dorm room, and I get on the Zoom call with literally like all the leaders at Alpha Omega. It was like Mika, Caesar, Kenyon. I forgot who else was there, Ronaldo.
Wow.
And so, yeah. And so they started like asking me questions and, like about ballroom and like my life and everything. And so Mika asked if I could Vogue. And I was like, sure. So
right there on the Zoom call.
Oh, and so I was voguing and stuff, and no shit, I was out of breath because it was like I was voguing for like 2-3 minutes straight.
Really?
It was a minute. It was a minute. I remember that.
Oh wow.
And so I remember like the first thing that she said to me, she was like, "You have no stamina." I was like,
"Oh, see, me neither, girl."
I was like, yo, but no shit. But I needed to hear that. You know what I'm saying? Because I like that real shit. No shade. You know what I'm saying? So she was like, she wasn't reading me, but she was just giving me she was giving me constructive criticism, and I really, really appreciated that. And so so after that meeting, everything,
you went to the gym and got your stamina up.
Okay. Okay. But ever since that meeting, like my whole perspective of performance changed, because I'm like, no shit, I don't want to be out of breath. I don't want to be looking rinky dink. I really wanted to take this serious. So I was still going to classes and taking classes with Ronaldo and stuff, but then that has stopped because I think they were getting ready for like Anarchy or something like that. And so I was just watching my clips. I was watching Mika clips, Deja clips, and like, just learning from that. And so mind you, this is like from like, I started taking class in September. Now we're in like December, January, damn near February. So this whole time I'm just practicing. And so then Anarchy happens. And then after Anarchy, I think they had a practice. And so Ronaldo finally invited me to a practice. And I was like, okay, cool. I was so nervous.
Yeah.
I was so nervous because like I walked and I'm like, I knew Adam and everything. I knew Adam and Noah, but like everyone else I didn't know. Then Caesar had the camera in my face and all this. I'm like, oh God, this is so stressful.
Just got here. No shade. He was in them cameras when he was doing I remember seeing him. He was doing like more like he was like showing us really like the insides of what's going in the house.
Yeah.
And I'm like, she just got there when he posted. I was like, y'all better put him on. Put him on.
I was in there, you know, and I remember that Caesar had made a post on I think it was the Ballroom Throwbacks Instagram or whatever, and he was like, this is a clip of Omarion and Ronaldo's son. I mean Ronaldo and Omarion's son, and I was like, oh girl.
Was y'all battling each other?
We were battling.
Yes, I seen that clip. I thought that was so cute. No shade.
Yeah, we were
battling.
battling.
Father and son town. Like,
yes,
those needs to be cherished.
Yes.
No shade.
No, I love battling.
No shade. So wait, now, what is Ronaldo's impact to you as a father? I mean, as a father.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, he's like my right hip. Like he's like everything to me. You know, I never had a father. Well, I don't know my father. I'm not gonna say I never had a father, but I don't know my father, don't know where he is or anything like that. So, you know, I grew up with my aunt and she was like my mom and my dad. You know what I'm saying? And so just having him in my life, it was like, and I tell him this all the time, but he's like literally like that missing piece in my life that I didn't know that I needed, you know? And so it's like his impact on me is like really, really huge. Like more than words can even express.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like
because he supports you at your shows. I've seen like some posted pictures of him supporting you at Julia, like and everything, which is really fab.
Yes, he comes to my shows. He's always like sending me like messages every day and like just wishing me well and like sending me like spiritual things as well. Because he's always about like keeping like your mind, body, and spirit all aligned and everything like that.
Yes, that's why you're getting what you're getting.
Yes. Okay. It's just like, it's so beautiful. And like, I really love him. Like
I love witnessing it. I really enjoy you lighting up speaking about Ronaldo. One, because I feel like Ronaldo should be in the conversations a little bit more with the Vogue fams. You get what I'm saying? He was out there with the rest of them, beating those girls, the fab battles too, productions with like he was there, you know? And he was in a scene pretty young too, if I'm not mistaken, right? So, and having that talent and doing what he's doing in the scene and still seeing it like those are the stories that need to be uplifted. But on a parental note, right? Like I really wish a lot of the parents from this scene like really understand when they taking somebody from under the wing, what that really means to represent, because you don't really know where they're coming from home and what's missing in their life and how that may, you know what I mean? Like affect them in a way. And it's just like, you know, parents are doing it for all the wrong reasons. You're a fab girl. Anybody could have been your parent just off the simple fact. He's fab, pure energy. He's going places. I could put him under my wing and throw him around as my son and do nothing for you. You get what I'm saying? Like, and use your talent to make, to optimize themselves. And that's not what we see. Well, at least what I don't see. And you're validating that it's not like that, which is really dope. And I think it's just something that really needs to be a trend, if anything.
Yeah.
Because I take also parentals like that serious too. It really is that deep.
Yeah, it really is. Like that's like my twin.
Yeah.
Like the more like that we were like getting to know each other and stuff, like we like the same things, we love the same color. Like it's like looking in the mirror a lot of the time and it's like, whoa, like you're just like me. You're just like in another body. Like it's just so crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, I love him.
So now let's get into some of your favorite battles that you had. So what is some of your favorite battles that you say? I'm gonna say the first battle that you feel like gave I'm here.
First battle that I give I'm here.
Not when a scene said I'm here, when you felt like I'm here.
When I felt like I'm here. Okay, well, can I talk about one of my favorite balls?
Okay.
It was the You Got Served ball.
Mm.
I was in a pink cat suit. I think that was one of my first introductions to at least the Kiki scene that I'm here.
That was the ball that we had to come in as the elements only. That was the ball that I judged.
Yes.
I was like, not asking me to judge a lot, but I'm glad they asked me to judge that ball because it was integral. And the panel was really cute. I was like really rooting for you. I was really happy because I know that you was going to go and do your thing, which you did.
But
let's talk about that.
But yes, so I walked that, and I do have a favorite battle from that night. It was me versus Bambi. Bambi doesn't come out anymore.
Yeah.
But
I know, and I'm like, girl, God, she has to come out. But I don't want to. But I think. But okay, no, go ahead.
No, because it's like
she's another talented bitch too.
That is a voguing gem.
Yes.
When I tell you, Bambi is one of those ones.
Bambi is one of those ones.
Like the girls don't.
They don't get it.
The girls don't get it.
They don't want to get it.
Don't get it.
They don't want to get it.
It's no shade.
Bitch, Bambi. Yes, which was really fab. But I think that's what made the category so cute because it was it was quality. Like we was able to see your style and Bambi's style. They're both cut with different backgrounds. But go ahead.
Yes. That was one of my favorite battles as like an introduction to the scene. But some of my favorite battles in general. Okay, let me think. Some of my favorite battles. I would have to say it was me versus Carisha. I think this was at the Summer Mixed Kiki Ball. I forgot what year this was, but Smiley had threw it. And there's a little lore to that. I had walked the Lilac Ball 2022, and that was Snooki's introduction to me. And Snooki on the mic said, "Have I ever battled Carisha?" And I was like, "No, I've never battled Carisha." And so like two years later, I battled Carisha. I didn't win, but it was just such a fab battle because it's just like, wow, like now I'm battling you. It's just so crazy, and like I love Carisha. Carisha is a talented bitch.
Shout out to Carisha and her challenge. She got the girls out there. I can't do it yet.
Okay, I gotta do it. I gotta do it, but
it's coming at my time, but yes,
so that's one of my favorite battles. Another one of my favorite battles is it's me versus Justin.
I loved you and Justin's battle. Like, I'm sorry.
Shout out to my brother. Justin, I love you.
Another talented bitch. Baby. No shade. Another talented bitch.
That's a vote femme now, honey.
That's a vote femme. No shade.
No shade.
I live for that. But yes, and I love that because y'all both were Telfars. Y'all both in mainstream. Y'all both breaking noise in your own distinctive right. And y'all both have your own style. And I live for that because y'all both stayed in it. I was battling down. No shade.
And you know what's so funny? I said to myself, because I knew somewhere, somehow I was going to have to battle Justin. And, I tell our practice, me and Justin always battle. And Justin always sits me. So I'm like, no shade, Justin. I love you, brother, but I had to get you. It was
no shit, but it gave that though. I was like, bitch, Omarion is giving it to her.
I'm full out of this shit. Like, you know, I don't give that.
No,
I get real Benji.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying.
But it was still you though. It was still you, but it was just this attack that was really nice to see because I'm like, he's still sore, but you're attacking, which is why I was saying before it was so reminiscent of me of Lollipop because she had that attack. So I'm gonna attack you with my soft and cunt. Like I'm gonna give you the same speed, but I'm still gonna melt into it. I'm still gonna but you was giving her the jump spins. Bitch, you was giving it to her. But Justin too was keeping up with his own crap.
Was keeping up, and Justin, Justin is such an interesting person to battle. Like you really have to
his
watch
musicality. It's crazy.
Great. Crazy. When I tell you, I gag every time I see Justin vocals. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
No shade. Like Justin is one of my inspirations. I just want to let you know that.
I let him down.
Yes. Okay. But yeah. So that was one of my favorite battles. Another one of my favorite battles was recently. I was just in Toronto at the Halloween Kiki Ball, and it was me versus Cupid.
This is your first time battling. Oh wow!
So it's technically our second time battling because at the Liberty Kiki ball, Snooki had called both of us out, and I don't think he knew that we went to the same school or whatever. But yeah, so we had battled, and Snooki was like, "Y'all kind of vogue the same, like, you know." And so yeah, we said that we both went to Juilliard or whatever. But this was like our first time like actually battling, and like when I came, so Cupid came out a little bit before me, but I remember when I came out. And they had seen both of us. They were trying to like put us together a lot. And I remember, and that's even more in mainstream. Like they were really trying to put us together.
We want to see good battles, no shade.
No shade, no shade. And you know what? I think a lot of people like wanted to create that little rivalry.
We need that.
You know, we need rivalry.
We're paying $60 to get into these functions, bitch. I want to see a battle. I don't want to see the hoopla.
No shit. I don't want to see it on Facebook.
I don't want.
I don't want to see it on Facebook.
I don't.
Put it on the floor. It's no shade.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So people were really trying to put us together or like trying to make us battle or whatever. But yeah, so you know, me and him were both there because we're on the tour together, and so we decided that we were both gonna walk the ball, and so it was us last battle. So when I saw him back there, I said, "Oh God,
I love that.
It's happening."
Yes,
no
really.
shade.
Stars align.
But yeah, it was such a great battle. I won, of course. You know. No, I'm joking. But yeah, it was just such a great battle because it was like so much anticipation that was like leading up to it. You know what I'm saying?
No shit. Yeah, I was going technique for technique, bitch. I was gagging, bitch.
You know what I'm saying?
He did his da-da-da. You came with the bitch, my ankles is just that strong. Like, I said, bitch, I ain't got none of that.
No shade. I love Cupid. No shade. Mwah. You know, I love him down.
That's dope.
No shade. And then the last, so the last ball that I'll talk about is Chanel ball. And Chanel ball had a lot of I think I had like 5 battles at Chanel ball. But each battle, or maybe like 2 out of the 3 battles, 3 out of the 5 battles, sorry. There was some lore with a lot of them. So me versus Hayden, that was my first battle. Hayden West. Me and Hayden had battled, I think this was at whose ball was this? This was at Icon Freddy's Back to School Destruction Ball. Sometime I don't remember the name. But Hayden and I had battled, and I think it was Break the Tie. Hayden had got me, so I said, "Okay, you're my first victim." Because I came with the vengeance. I hadn't voted since Charlie's ball in June, so I was really itching to vote. And so when I seen him next to me, I said, "Okay, yeah, I got a battle." So I had won that. So then the next battle was me versus Levine Lanvin.
Okay.
And so Levine and I had battled at Dorian Corey when I had the braids, and he got me there. So I said, "I have to get you too."
Right, bitch.
So
now I'm on tour. So.
Okay, now you know what I'm saying.
Now I can really feel it.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So me and him had battled, and then I won. And so the last person was Zion West from Europe, and so it's a key. But Zion had made a post about like, who do you want to see me battle? I forgot how far ago this was, and someone had said, "We want to see you battle Osiris Alpha Omega," and he was like, "No," he was like, "No shade, like I don't really want to battle like the girls that really dance, like, or that have the technique and stuff, like it just don't give that." You know what I'm saying? It was something along those lines. I think I saw the screenshot somewhere, but it was somewhere. Okay, it was somewhere along those lines. And I said, okay, well, I had to get through this person, I had to get through Quanti, and I had to get through someone else. And I was like, okay, me and him were like, I think second to last battle. And I was like, okay, well, hi,
I'm here, the dancer.
You know, and so he won. I think it was like Break the Tie too, or something like that. I don't remember, but he had won. And it was just nice for me to do that because it was like, you know, shade, like that ball for me was such a pivotal ball because I was like, I got back all my people I wanted to get back.
Doesn't that I lose because I got a few people I need to get. You know, but I know when it happens, it's so sweeter because of the backstory. It's always the backstory behind it. The backstory makes it so much richer. Yes. It makes it, and to me, I feel like that's also the fun part of it. Yes. The fact that, you know what I mean? Like, let that be the backstory. Yeah. Rather than, you know, it could be, just that being the backstory. Yes. It's fab.
Yes.
But
oh my God, I forgot. One more battle. One more battle. I'm so sorry. Saint Laurent. I have to talk about this.
Oh, is that the one with
With Harley Quinn? Yes, sorry.
Yeah.
Last one.
Yeah.
It's me versus Simba. So Simba and I, mind you, I love you, Simba. Simba's my brother. Like me and him grew up dancing and stuff together. Scene too. Yes, we grew up dancing. But me and him had battled at I forgot which ball this was. Oh my gosh, I think it was a Snooki ball. I forgot what the name was. It was somewhere in Brooklyn, and it was me versus the Juicies. And so Simba came up. And it was me versus Juicies, and I was in like a blue catsuit or whatever, and I battled him. He won. Then me and him battled again. I believe. Actually, no, we didn't. Well, me and him had battled after Saint Laurent, but me and him had battled, and he got me again. But Saint Laurent. So, yeah. So I was in my Harley Quinn. He was in I think Spider-Man, and. Yeah, I mean, we battled. It was a nice battle, fat battle. And I did like this nasty hand breakdown.
Oh, your hands, bitch, got dirty. I was getting this. I'm like, oh, bitch, his hands. He is catching a motherfucking hands, bitch. Like, are they getting into that? Like, no shade.
You know what is so funny? Like, it's so interesting because it's like, and this is why I like mainstream so much better because it's like mainstream, like. I feel like they just understand a little bit better about the art of Vogue because it's like I saw people going up. Yeah. Like and like there's another perspective that I have someone sent me and it was a video of like the judges going up. And when I tell you like some of the judges stood up, some of the judges got in, like it was like yes.
Like you feel
you feel it. No shade. No shade, you know, and it's not just it was intentional.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't just a bunch of rinky dink. It was intentional.
And I say that all the fucking time when it comes down to stuff. Like you gotta be intentional about your movements, where you're placing them.
Yes.
Placement is key. Like little things that like they just matter in the storytelling. I'm glad you said that because girls think that Flott and Swise's hand performance and it's not.
It's not.
It's a lot that goes into that. Well, period, Vogue and period, but like, you know, like just elements, like it goes into like there's a lot that goes into it.
Yeah.
But yeah. But so now why do you feel like that hair era was like cute for you?
I feel like the hair era was cute for me because for some reason I just feel like when I had the hair, no shade, I feel like a femme queen. I don't know why. I feel like a little femme queen.
You don't know why, bitch, because it's in you, bitch. I feel
like a femme queen. There's no shade. And I just felt like it was just another extension of me. And it was just like for some reason like the Vogue was connecting a lot more than like if I'm bald right now, but like, you know what I'm saying? Like it just connected. And I remember like I was at Alpha Omega practice or whatever, and Caesar came up to me and he was like, no shade, like when you have your like no shade, like I have never seen you Vogue like this ever. Like it's just so like, everything is flowing together and like, you know, like your hair, like he was like even your hair whips are like no shade. Like I don't know.
Now I'm thinking now you pulling from a source of like a different feeling. Like, it has this source of feeling for you to really ground it in.
You know, like it was still soft and stuff, but it was just like you said, it was that attack.
Yeah.
You know, I was like, bitch, I'm not playing with no one, bitch. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah. But.
So I do have a really, not to say big question, but I'm curious. With all of you here now in performance, we hear the music. I don't really feel like the music choices are the best. The comments,
they're not.
The beats are not really like, you know, making the girls feel feminine. The commentations aren't really the most feminine. They don't really tell a lot of feminine stories. They're screaming at you. It really is catered to more the dramatic style of things.
Yes.
How do you remain soft and cunt throughout it all?
You know, I think and I do battle with this a lot because the beats, like for me, before I even try to start voguing, like I have to let the beat enter my body from the ground up. And I think it's hard for me to really tap in because these beats have so many different rhythms and intricacies. And I'm like, okay, well, where's the 1, 2, like if I can't even find the 1, 2, 3, 4, then how am I going to dip on 5, 6, 7, 8? You know what I'm saying?
Where am I placing my cunt at on his beat? Like, I don't know.
You know what I'm saying? But I think for me, what I try to like look at or where I come from a place is just like I have to change my mindset. Like, okay, I'm not I'm not a boy, I'm a girl. And I just have to think about being a girl the whole time. And that's like literally where I get my oozing and my femininity from. Cause I'm like, if these people are gonna be slamming their back and everything like that, like I'm a politely you know what I'm saying? I'm a politely tap.
Right. Because you're a polite bitch. And you know what the funny thing is though? Because like just even how you are about in this space, like your femininity is very, that's I'm like, you know, I'm telling guys I get it. So it's just like, but your femininity and softness is beyond just a category too. Like, I don't know, maybe it could be from the training of just being in dance or whatever, that you have the grace and then you're trained to have that poise and carry yourself like a dancer and things like that. But I think also too, it could be, you know, from your parental figure being strict in that way, it kind of protects you from that, because I really feel like your experience in the scene from when I'm watching it, you know, it's taken its direction in such a way where it's just like, oh, wow, a lot of girls have a whole different ballroom experience. A whole different ballroom experience.
Yeah.
And the environment that you're in, the people that you know, those who's taking you under the wing, it's just like that, like you are being protected spiritually too, a lot, especially in the space, which is needed. So to see that unfold and to see you jump into your blessings and still be able to maintain like your footing in the scene, it's really dope. Because like honestly, Amarion, like I think it, like, which is why you're sitting here, because I feel like it needs to, like, your energy, your story needs to be highlighted and represented to know that you don't have to be a certain way to amass a win, to get these opportunities, to, you know, be in a fab house. Like you are in 2 fab houses, which aligns perfectly with you. They both represent you in such like unique ways. Whether it be because of the artistic side or if Alpha Music because of the craft and the talent and the dancing side, like all of those things, it's like elements of who you are, and you're just existing as who you are authentically in these spaces.
Thank you.
So I want to say, how do you deal with any shade, or negativity that's kind of thrown your way in this scene?
How do I deal with it? Honestly, I just look at it and I'm like, okay. Because it's just like, the shade and things like that, I may let it get to me maybe like for a day, but then after that, I'm like, you know, it is what it is. And I think it's better to just look at it and not respond.
Okay, you're teaching me something, right? Yeah.
You know, because I'm very quiet. I'm a very silent person. I'm not confrontational. I know how to fight. I do know how to. I grew up in the Bronx.
I mean, I did too, but that's just my thing.
I do. So you know, like I do know how to
you
fight.
Have some Benji in you, right?
You know, I do have some Benji in me, and like, you know, I trained in martial arts for like 8 years.
Oh, you know how to whoop ass. Girl.
Yeah. So you know, but I'm you know, but no one would really know that because of how I carry myself and the fact that I like to stay out the mess and I like to stay out drama and stuff. So you know. If people shading me and stuff, if they say, oh, like your Vogue is this, your Vogue is that, you're late, da 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 da, I'm like, okay, like that's fine, because that's all outside opinion. But I have such a great sense of who I am and things like that I really don't let that stuff affect me. You know what I'm saying? Like it's all about, and I'm really not in a place of my life where I'm like, if someone says I'm late, okay, well I'm late. Well, I'm late.
Well, I'm late.
Okay.
Because let me go back to my hotel.
Okay.
Yeah.
No shade. You know, it really just gives that. And I'm just like, at the end of the day, like I keep saying, like, this is for fun. This is for fun. If you're saying I'm late, okay, baby, I had the fattest time on that floor.
Being late.
No shade.
Being late. No shade.
I had the fattest time being on the floor being late.
No
you know?
Shade.
So you just really have to like not allow like, you have to really like not allow those outside voices to affect you. You know, it's also going back to just staying true to yourself and just staying true and believing that what you're bringing to the table is enough.
Oh, no, you're right. You're right. I'm sorry because no shade. Like, battling that enough. Oh my God. Just being. First of all, shout out to the House of Telfar. You was at the holiday party too. No, shout out to the House of Telfar. Yes, but the House of Unbothered Cartier.
Yes.
They gave me a little mini award, which I thought was really fab for like most improved leader. It was like a superlative, lad of however you pronounce that word. But I thought it was really nice because it's again a testament to me, but also too, just by experiencing it, it's something I always say to them as well. Like, it's enough. You are enough. And a lot of these girls, you know, especially when it comes down to voguing, they always want to make you feel like that you're not enough based off just how results may play out on the ball or on the floor or just being around certain girls, whatever. But you are enough. Your extensions are enough. Your softness is enough. Like, taking time to get into your dip is enough. Taking time to build up your performance is enough. Like, they rush the category, they rush all of that.
And I
hate that too. But you are enough in your performance. And I think, like you're saying too, having a great sense of who you are, it's a strong footing because if you don't, entering this scene, people will tell you who you are.
Yes.
They will do things so they can tell who you are, and they can take it away from you when you start to realize who you are as a person, which is the fabulous thing, which is why when you do get one-of-a-kind wins or have these one-of-a-kind experiences because of your own shit that you wrote, the credits that you wrote and produced and things like that, like, you can sit in that because the next bitch is going to be so quick to say, you didn't deserve it, you didn't do this, you didn't do that, you battled against this house, and like, you get that. So it's really dope to see that, and that's why I'm like, that's why you're here. Like, I know we're running out of time, but I just want to say thank you.
Thank you
For me, I do have one last question.
Yes.
What do you want people to see when they see Amarion, when they see Osiris? What do you want them to see?
Whenever I'm on the floor, or just in general?
Period.
What do I want them to see? I want them to see a hardworking African American, gay, happy as a bird male. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just want them to see that because, you know, there's a lot of things that happened in my past, and, you know, that has led me to this moment. And so I went through a lot of hardship, a lot of loss, a lot of trauma, just in my life in general. And so, you know, to be here in this seat talking to you about my life and my experiences.
We've been talking about this for a while.
We've been talking about sitting here right here.
Yes, we have.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And so, you know, just be in this place in my life, you know, I'm just so grateful. I'm just so thankful. You know, a shout out to God, because God has been watching over me for so long. Yeah. And I just thank him so much, you know? And like, something that my aunt always tells me is that you turned your tragedies into triumphs. And I think that's really so important because, like, girl, all the things I've been through, and I'm still here, triumphant, living my dream, you know? So I just want people to experience that from me, you know? The fact that, like, even through all the mess and stuff, I'm still resilient, and I'm a resilient person.
Resilient bitch.
A resilient okay, you know, no matter what, you know. And I just want to be able to inspire. I want to be able to help people. Like, I'm at a point in my ballroom career right now where, like, I'm a prince, and so, you know, overall prince in Telfar. Okay. In Telfar, at least. Yeah. Hopefully Alpha Omega. Who never knows? Right. You never know. But yes, I'm just in the place where, like, I just want to be able to help and, like, uplift and build the next generation of performance girls the way that people built into me, you know, instilled into me all the tools, you know, and the craft, and really be able to dissect and teach them the craft of performance.
Save it. We need to save it.
I'm trying to save it. You know what I'm saying? You know, and I just want to be able to pass on, like, all the teachings that, you know, Ronaldo, Mika, Arturo, because Arturo was my teacher at one point. You know, like, baby, that's what my catwalk is. So baby, I have that Arturo catwalk. Okay. Know what I'm saying? But yes, you know, so that's really, like, that's all of that to say, that's why I'm here. And that's what I want people to see when they see me.
And I want to say this too, because we were speaking about it too, like, and then, okay, because I don't want to, but like, I always was just, I live, because Azani did the same thing too, but I just really live, like, it just meant so much to me that, like, this was part of that, of your story, or just in the aspiration of like having this conversation, want to sit here. But then you also saying, like, because I'm saying, I'm like, girl, build that story up and staying, because so when we sit,
Yes, I remember
and I'm always saying, like, keep going, like, yeah, we can get you now, but build your story up. So I don't mind waiting. Like, I'm glad I even took the year off and everything, because now I'm like, this bitch is on tour. Bitch, now was the time.
Yes.
Now I gone through some of my shit too. And I'm, you know, and I'm like, yes, like, this is perfect.
Yeah.
So congratulations on your blessings, your success in both mainstream and Kiki. I'm so excited to see you blossom to becoming the man that you are. No shade. You working out, you doing your TikTok things. Like, you, it grounds and inspires me. And then I hope it does for anybody watching this.
Thank you. Yes. And congratulations to you, like, for all of this. And
yeah.
honestly, just being so supportive of me. And like, literally, I remember at one point when I was still a kitten, I'm still a kitten, but when I was like a kitten, I would come to you for like everything, be like, like, how do I count on, like, I used to send you my videos and stuff.
Yes.
Like, so I really appreciate that, you know, because it's just like, not a lot of people, I feel like, would have been able to do that, or would have been able to give me the type of advice that you were giving me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, especially at the time. And that's something, like, when you even made posts about it, talk about it, like, it meant a lot. Like, I mean, I don't think y'all understand how integral those posts would be, because that scene always tries to silence me.
Yeah.
But I've always feel like receipts is always come through who I come in contact with. So thank you for letting me cross your journey.
Of course.
And we will meet until next time on The Scene.
Bye.